Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. This is Citizen7, and we are playing Dungeons of Dredmor, and we dreaded more, and we died, because it's a roguelike game, and that's what happens. But I have decided in this thing that we're going to add a very crucial element that was lacking last time, and that is beer. We're going to begin drinking. Definitely, when you're playing video games, I highly recommend beer. I'm currently drinking something called Fireside Chat by 21st Amendment Brewery. It is an excellent Christmas time / winter time dark beer with a lot of spices in it, and I like it quite well. I think this should definitely help out our dungeon crawl. Let's see. Considering that it is 7.9% alcohol, it should definitely help out our dungeon crawl a little bit. So that should be available at your local favorite beer shop that stocks craft beers. 21st Amendment Fireside Chat, highly recommended. Now let's get into the video games. It's time to start over. We're gonna play hard. It's go big or go home. And I wanna try. Let's do a bit more roguish, a little bit more roguey this time. Trident polearms. No. Let's play swords. Swords are fun. And let's do archery. Archery seems like a good idea for a rogue. And dodging is cool. Let's see if we have room for dodge. Bogglery. We need bogglery. Where's that? Assassination. Bogglery. I like to report a bogglery. Big game hunter. Yeah, why not? Archaeology gives us a hat. It's very, very good. Roguish. Let me get the mushrooms. Mushrooms seem to be serving us pretty well last time. Maybe we don't want Artful Dodger. Let's get something... let me think. Let's get something a little bit more defensive. We've got swords and archery. Maybe Master at Arms? Master at Arms gives us some really good armor options. But it's very not rogue. Maybe dual wielding. But I'll do some archery stuff. Maybe Dodger is a good choice. Maybe Tinkering. I really won't like Tinkering. I'm thinking that maybe Pirate. Pirate's pretty rogue. Maybe we'll replace Archaeology. I'm really tempted to take Tinkerer. And I want Perception as well. What should we ditch out of this? Just like I've gotta have Tinkerer. I don't know. Last time with no crafting, I was just hurting. I was hurting inside. I want to add perception. But you know, maybe we'll. I just feel like we need it. Like I feel crippled without it. But let's try it without it. Let's see what happens. What was this last one here? Tourist. We don't want tourist. Let's try this and see what happens. Maybe we don't need swords and archery, but I feel like we need something in melee that just without that archery isn't going to be enough. And you know, we need Tinkerer. We need Tinkerer for sure. If we're gonna arch, we need to be able to make some arrows to blow things up. All right. Always be a redhead when you can be a redhead. And just want to call her Beer Maiden. All right, Beer Maiden. We read this last time. Dun dun dun. Unfortunately, the hero is you. I mean, she's like redheaded Hermione. What's not to love? Anyway, as you can see here, we have 2 warrior skills and lots of rogue skills. No wizard this time. Beer Maiden. This is her nickname, not her. You know, her parents didn't call her Beer Maiden. But let's check our inventory. We start with a small crossbow. Let's go ahead and equip that, just so that we can, you know, we start with wooden bolts, poison ampule bolts, fire bolts, nightcaps, grungier, the solution of gold, grog, apple, and a Dr. Sannon's new style pilsner. I've got the Tinkerer parts and the disposable ingot press, 3 pressure plates, 3 zinc ingots, and a dire sandwich. Dire sandwich. Damn. All right. I like to, come on now. I like to put my my crafting tools over here so that I can access them with the hotkeys. Does that work? Now I have to press shift. Ding, like that. And crust. Shank. Oh, alright. We're not going to mess with that right now. Later, I'll get all craft happy. Let's take a look at our skills available to us, because this is different from last time. Sword play. No axes this time. Swords. Student of fencing. Just remember, the pointy bit of the sword goes into the body of your opponent. This is just the first step on the road to good swordsmanship, and as such only provides minor combat bonuses. Leichnar's Overhow! What exactly is an Overhow? So glad you asked. It's a particularly Teutonic and particularly painful attack, which you have a chance to execute with each melee attack upon learning the skill. Damage skills to your burliness. Sword practice. With long hours of practice skewering flies, your deft use of sword has grown defter still. You occasionally deal a crippling wound. Thibault's Trumpment. Why go around when you can go right through your foe? This skill can be used to attack all the tiles in a line through an opponent. Damage skills to your nimbleness. Sword lore. Studious research into the use of swords does unlock terrible secrets. You have a chance of executing exceptionally grievous attacks in combat while using swords. And sword poet. The pen is said to be mightier than the sword, but a true warrior uses his sword as a pen. With this skill, you master the use of the sword and counterattack. Alright, then we've got crossbows. Bolt thrower. Ability exceeds effort. Basic crossbow training slightly increases your chance to hit and hit well. Ammo recovery rate is increased. Crossbow blast. This technique, robed in rumor and beheaded by hearsay, allows a crossbow bolt to hit with many times the force expected, knocking an enemy back and causing great damage. It's tricky, so you can only pull it off sometimes. Bullseye. You only occasionally miss and deal damage with the crossbow is increased slightly. Ammo recovery rate is increased. Maverick. When you shoot to kill, aim for the heart. You have a chance to bore a bolt deep into the flesh of your target. And Prince of the Crossbow. It's like being second cousin to the King of the Bow. Not bad. This skill enhances your damage dealt with wielding the crossbow. Boggle Ray. Vending machine looter. Get one free item from every vending machine. If no one was watching, it wasn't a crime. Lucky pick. This is really useful. We're going to take this right away. Locked doors pose no impediment to your lucky pick. Lock up. locks an enemy to their current position. Somewhere along the line, you also learn something about traps. So, traps, yes. Ninja Vanish allows you to disappear into the shadows and make a getaway. That's going to be useful if we end up with a monster cabinet like we did last time. 5-finger discount. Steal an item for the first time you enter the shop. Who doesn't love freebies? Move in mysterious ways. It's alright, you move in mysterious ways. Perfect for the inconspicuous exit from the scene of a crime. Fungal Arts. We read this last time. I didn't read the text, so I will read it this time. Mushroom Farmer. You collect mold, spores, and fungus. You like to grow mushrooms on the bodies of your enemies. Sometimes this comes in handy. Usually it's just weird. Spores have a chance to be automatically planted when you defeat an enemy. Slime Herder. By studying the lore of the slime herders from the mushroom jungles of Smome, you gain the ability to summon a fiercely loyal mushroom beast. You can also plant a greater variety of fungi. Moldsmith. You can transform a mushroom into another random mushroom. If such a trick tickles your fancy, you can also grow a greater number of mushrooms at the same time. Battle Mycology. With an increased knowledge of mushrooms, you enhance your melee attacks with occasional clouds of confusing toxic spores. So grow even more mushrooms. Alright. The Fungal Master of Yoggoth. As the Migo once did, and shall again, you can summon living weapons to fungus to serve your will. You might also cause mushrooms to burst from the corpses of your fallen enemies. If you don't know why Yoggoth and Migo and stuff amuses me, then you definitely need to play some Arkham Horror or read some H.P. Lovecraft, and that's that ilk. Anyway, tinkering. I adore tinkering. Dabbling Trappist. Dabble in consumption and disarming of traps. It's amazing you've still got most of your fingers. And the brewing of beer, Trappists. Mechanicer. There's hope yet for your career in repairing notoriously unreliable dwarven panini presses. Cog Jockey. Now you know the difference between a mainspring and an escape wheel and can set cog spinning at separate but complementary gear ratios. Inventor. Your scientific genius is such that pitchfork-wielding peasants may pose a serious hazard. Chief Artificer. You're a master of mechanical philosophies. You see the world's wheels turning and all of being rotating around. It's enough to make one nauseous. And then Music of the Gears. I believe this was added in one of the... I think this last level was added in one of the expansions. Music of the Gears. Every gear in place. Every cam clinking in tune. Do you hear it? Big Game Hunter. Trophy Collector. Card trophies for vague grisly rewards. In other words, you get an experience bonus when killing animals. Butcher. You butcher animals for their fresh meat. This occurs automatically in the midst of combat due to the butchering reflexes you've honed into muscle memory, as they say. Sweet. Hunter's Lure. You can call out a particular monster and lure them towards you at will. In particular, you've mastered the Diggle mating call, which is produced by squeezing one's hands together in a particular manner and waggling your fingers while blowing air through the entire mess. That's disturbing. The most dangerous game. If it bleeds, we can kill it. If not, we will give it blood so that it bleeds, and then we can kill it. This skill grants you more butchery and grisly trophy rewards. Release the hounds. Summons a pack of ravenous hunting diggles. Sweet. we get our own diggles. Piracy. Yar. You knew it had to be. Plundering. Yar. Ye plunder all the booty there be, and more that not be, till ye plunder their so reifying... reifying? What? Alright. Ye avarice as golden rewards to hand. It's being itself, not being in question at this point. Yar. Alright. Swashbuckling. You've learned dirty swashbuckling tactics from your time on the seas, so you counter all the next few attacks against yourself. Sweet. Miss the Corsair. Miss the Corsair serve to hide all manner of piratical activity from the eyes of authorities. You're very useful to escape a tight spot. Can only be called upon every so often. The Black Spot. Whoever's marked with the black spot can hope only for a quick death, or the next best thing, deep fried cheesecake on a stick. The point is that the marked target is utterly doomed, so watch where you point this thing. Broadside. Give him the broadside, me hearties. Don't ask where the cannon is hidden. Alright, we won't ask. Alright, so that will be episode 0 for Beer Maiden, the big game hunting pirate. Cheers, thanks for watching.